At the end of every path, something unexpected is discovered. Nothing extraordinary. No constant bliss. No elevated state. No spiritual identity. Just ordinary life. And yet, nothing has ever been more complete. Part 16 begins when truth no longer feels spiritual at all. Why ordinary life was always the goal, the search always imagined truth would feel different, brighter, higher, more meaningful. But what if truth was never meant to replace life, only to be recognized as life? Joel quietly pointed to this when he said the presence of God is not elsewhere. It is where you already are, appearing as what is already happening. The end of spiritual contrast earlier. Life was divided. Sacred, ordinary spiritual, practical meditation, daily living here, that division dissolves. There is no sacred moment contrasted with mundane ones. Making tea is not less than prayer. Paying bills is not outside truth. Walking, waiting, listening, all equal. Not by belief, by absence of division. Real life. The day nothing stood out, a man described a day where nothing special happened. Work, traffic, dinner, sleep, yet. Later he realized something startling. The day had been complete. Not meaningful, not fulfilling. Complete, without commentary. This is ordinary life revealed. Why absolute truth does not feel absolute? The phrase absolute truth sounds grand. But when lived, it feels simple. It does not announce itself. It does not demand attention. It does not create intensity. It feels like nothing extra is required. This is why it is often overlooked. No inner reference remains. Earlier, even without a path, you still checked inwardly. Is this right? Is this aligned? Here, even that dissolves. There is no internal compass. Not because direction is lost, but because life itself is the movement. Real life, decisions without weight. A woman noticed decisions felt lighter. Not careless, not indifferent, but unburdened. Choices were made. Consequences handled. Nothing lingered psychologically. This is clarity without reference. Emotion as weather, not identity. Emotion continues. Joy comes, sadness comes. Frustration arises, but emotion no longer defines the moment. It does not narrate life. It moves through like weather across an open field. Nothing resists it. Nothing collects it. Real life, laughter and tears coexist. A man noticed something subtle. He could laugh easily and cry easily. Neither felt significant. Neither meant anything about him. Life expressed freely, without interpretation. This is emotional honesty without identity. Why problems become practical, problems still arise. Money issues, health concerns, relationship tensions. But problems lose metaphysical meaning. They are no longer seen as lessons, punishments, spiritual tests. They become situations to address. Nothing more. Joel emphasized that truth does not remove life. It removes false meaning layered onto life. Real life, handling difficulty without drama. A woman faced a painful situation. She took action. She asked for help. She rested when needed. But there was no inner collapse. Difficulty occurred. Suffering did not accumulate. This is the difference between pain and resistance. Work without a role, you still work. But you are no longer someone working. There is no role identity. Spiritual worker, awakened person, conscious individual work becomes activity, not self-definition. This removes exhaustion. Real life, effort without strain. A man noticed his energy returned. He did the same tasks, but without the psychological load of "this is my life." Work happened, then did. Nothing followed him home. Relationships without center relationships become simpler. No inner negotiation, no self-monitoring, no strategy. Listening deepens because there is no one preparing a response. Love becomes natural because it is no longer transactional. Real life, Love without need, a woman noticed she stopped needing reassurance. Affection was appreciated. Absence was accepted. Love flowed without demand. This is intimacy without insecurity. Why nothing needs protection earlier, something always needed guarding. Awareness, peace, clarity, here, nothing is guarded. Because nothing is owned. Truth does not belong to you. It expresses as you, then moves on. The end of self-observation. You stop watching yourself live. No inner camera, no commentary. Life regains spontaneity. Children live like this naturally. Truth feels childlike, not naive, but unburdened. Real life. Forgetting yourself, a man noticed he forgot himself often. Not dissociation, simply absence of self-focus. Hours passed without reference. This was not loss. It was freedom. Why this is not indifference. This stage is not emotional flatness. Care remains. Responsibility remains. Sensitivity deepens. But without self-centeredness. You respond when needed. You disengage when needed. No guilt, no heroism. Ordinary life becomes the teacher. You no longer need teachings, yet everything teaches. A line at the store. A passing conversation. A quiet morning. Not as lessons, as expressions of life itself. Real life. Nothing excluded. A man noticed everything belonged. Noise, silence, beauty, mess. Nothing felt outside truth. Nothing needed correction. This is absolute truth living as ordinary life. The final understanding, there is no final realization, only the absence of seeking one. Nothing special was achieved. Nothing was lost. Life continues without spiritual burden. Right now, notice gently. Is this moment asking anything from you? Do not answer. Just notice how complete it already is. What remains, not enlightenment, not awakening, not I am. Those were signposts. What remains is life itself, simple, direct, sufficient. This is ordinary life. This is absolute truth. If this part resonated quietly and deeply, like this video so others can find it, subscribe for teachings that dissolve the last illusions. And comment below, ordinary life is enough.